Have you ever wondered that how does the cells of our feet receive oxygen? Because we only breathe with the help of our lungs and our feet is so far away from our lungs. So, how does the oxygen reach our feet from our lungs? Do they have any means of transport by which they can travel to such far-off places? Yes, actually they do have some specialized vehicles on which they travel to all the far-off places. Today we shall learn about these vehicles that transport not only oxygen but also other compounds around our body. Hello and welcome to a new video lesson from Notebook. Today we shall start with a new chapter from your syllabus, Transportation in Animals and Plants. The discussion on this chapter has been divided into 6 parts for you to understand it in depth and detail. So today we shall discuss about blood and its components, which form the basic elements for transportation in human beings. But before that, we should know what transportation means in case of living organisms. Suppose the food that we eat reaches our stomach where it is digested. But from our previous knowledge, we know that the glucose from the food reaches all the different parts of the body. But how does this happen? This is basically because of transportation that the glucose reaches the different parts. Even the oxygen that we breathe in reaches the different cells by the process of transportation, and the carbon dioxide that these cells give out reaches the lungs by the same process, so that it can be eliminated from the body. So one of the key transporting elements of our body is the blood, which is fundamental for the transportation of almost all the essential products throughout our body. The blood is a fluid connective tissue and contains about 78% of water and 22% of solids such as glucose, proteins, and amino acids. Friends, blood is basically a mixture of different components. To learn about these components, we should first learn about a technique to separate the different components. Let us take a small amount of blood in a vial and put it in a very fast rotating machine called the centrifuge. The centrifuge rotates at very high speed, which enables the different components of the blood to separate from the mixture, and we finally obtain 3 layers inside the vial. The upper lighter layer is the plasma. The middle layer contains the white blood cells and the platelets, and the lower dense layer contains the red blood cells. The plasma is the fluid matrix on which the other components of the blood remain embedded. The plasma contains water, ions, proteins, nutrients, wastes, and gases. The next layer contains the white blood cells and the platelets. White blood cells, or the erythrocytes, are important as they help fight germs and builds the immune system. These are nucleated colorless cells and are of primarily 5 types: neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils, lymphocytes, and monocytes. The other components in the second layer, along with the white blood cells, are the platelets or thrombocytes. These help in blood clotting as they have proteins called fibrin. The bottommost layer contains the red blood cells or the erythrocytes. The RBCs are the most abundant cells in the blood and have a biconcave discoidal shape. RBCs contain hemoglobin, the pigment that gives them a red color. The hemoglobin is able to bind oxygen, and this enables the oxygen to be transported throughout the body. RBCs are extremely small in size, and this enables them to pass through extremely thin capillaries. But friends, do you know that the blood, along with all its components, is a part of the circulatory system? To know what that is, you need to watch our second part of this chapter, where we shall talk about the human circulatory system and its components. Till then, revise what you learned today. We shall meet you soon in the next part. We wish you goodbye from Team Notebook.